What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Vlogmas Day 3. Today we're going to be talking about the gear I use to film these Vlogmases. Vlogmases? You know what I mean. The gear I use to film these videos. First up is probably it is my newest, maybe my most favorite camera right now, and it's the DJI Nano. I'm sure you've seen this. There's been this has got some negative press. I don't know why. I love this camera. And they did just recently update it to where when you have the Mic 3 or any of the DJI mics connected, you're still able to view your screen up until the point of where you press record. Then the screen locks out. But I mean, I think for most people that if once they start recording, they're not going to be sitting there looking at the little monitor. So that's cool. And I haven't had any overheating issues with this. I also haven't filmed for a very long period of time yet with this camera. This camera is more just short clips. Maybe, I think the longest one yesterday was maybe 6 to 8 minutes. And I had no overheating issues with it. I mean, it wasn't even warm to the touch. So for my use, I'm not too worried about the overheating issues. And I think they've actually addressed that in a firmware update already. But yeah, I don't have any issues with it. The next camera that is also, well, all of these cameras are my favorite cameras, are some of my favorite cameras. I enjoy all of them, is the Action 5 Pro. This is just, it's a goat of a camera. I mean, if you've been following any of the vlogging community lately, a lot of people are using this camera, and now some of them have even switched to the Action 6, which I'm hoping to get my hands on one soon. The battery life on this thing is incredible. The image quality on this is incredible. One thing that I love about all my DJI cameras is they all record in 10-bit D-Log-M. Or D-Log-M 10-bit. Really great, fantastic. It's fantastic for color grading. I've really enjoyed using this camera. Now, another real popular camera that I have is the DJI Pocket 3. This camera, I think, could probably go down as the best camera of 2025. At least it has been for me. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it shoots in 10-bit D-Log. I have a little cage from Ulanzi on it. I also have the Ulanzi little tripod for it. I have a K&F. I think it's K&F. Yeah, K&F Concept variable ND filter with quarter mist built into it. I really love this camera. This is a good camera. You can get some really good shots. You can get good shots with all these, but this one in particular, you can get some really good shots because, you know, it's got the gimbal. It's just a good camera. Another one that I use, I don't use it as often. I need to start using it more, is my drone. This is the DJI Mini 4 Pro. I really like this drone. Great image quality out of it. Small, compact, it's light. It's 249 grams, so I didn't have to register it. Although I do have it registered, it was like $5. It's not that big of a deal. To me, at least. Yeah, the shots that you can get with this thing are amazing. I need to actually start using it more because I don't use it hardly at all. Like I think this year, in 25, I've probably flown 4 or 5 times. So yeah, I highly recommend this drone if you're in the market for a drone, or even the 5 Pro. I don't have that one, so I can't talk about it. But I can only imagine it's got to be better than this one. Then I have the remote for it, and it's the RC2, I believe. Yeah, the RC2. It's got the built-in screen, which is, that in and of itself is absolutely amazing. No more having to take your phone with you, plug it into it. It's just, it's all built in. And I love the form factor of this controller, the functionality of this controller. It's a touchscreen, but yeah, it's a good controller. Now, one that is kind of off-brand of all these other ones that I've talked about is an old Sony Handycam. This one right here. Just gives you that vintage feel. You can't duplicate that. I understand, you know, I use DaVinci Resolve for my editing workflow. And with Cineprint 35, Cineprint 16, Dehancer, I did a trial version of Dehancer. It's an expensive piece of software. You can get close to duplicating the vintage feel from these, or from my old one, which is right there. I don't know if you can see it. My old Sony, it actually takes high 8 tapes, if you know what that is. A lot of this younger generation probably don't know what that is. It's actually a tape. It's actually a tape, a cassette tape. It's film. And you can take this, stick it in here. And this, you can't beat this. I use this for a lot of home videos, just because you can't duplicate the feel of this. But this is big and cumbersome to take around, so I don't take this around very often. But I do use this sometimes, because it's small, it's lightweight. I think I paid a couple $100 for this. But yeah, just the vibes you get from these two cameras, you can't duplicate with software. And now my favorite camera. It's not my dream camera. It's pretty close to it. Well, I say pretty close. My dream camera is the Sony FX3. That's just, it's out of my price range right now. But one day I hope to get it. But the camera that I'm currently using now is the Sony A7C Mark II. I love this camera. It's a good camera. It's a good hybrid camera. I've got the Sony 16-35 f4 PZ lens on there right now, and the Sony ECM-1M microphone on it. I love that setup. The only thing that I don't like about it is it shoots 4K 60 with a crop, and then 4K or 1080p 120 with a crop. Those are the two drawbacks for me. Not that I shoot a whole lot of slow motion, but when I do, I don't want that crop. So hopefully one day I'll be able to get the FX3. Yeah, and I plan on keeping this one because this takes amazing photos. I mean, it's a baby Sony A7 IV. I had the Sony A7 IV and I sold it for this one just because this one's got a few little tweaks, few little updates from the A7 IV with the AI processing chip on here. But yeah, it's a great camera. I love this camera. And I guess I should have said this in the beginning. You don't need any of this. None of this stuff that I have that I am extremely fortunate to have do you need. You can do all of this with your iPhone or with a phone, any phone. As long as it's got a camera on the front or the back, you don't need anything else. This is it. You can edit on here. If you get you a DJI camera, you can download the Mimo app. You can edit from the Mimo app. You can color grade in there. You can do it all from your phone. Like I said in yesterday's video, decided that I could not do any of this without any of this for some reason. That's what I was telling myself. And that was just an excuse to not do this. Now, I use two things to edit. Again, you don't need these to edit. But what I use is I use my MacBook Pro M2 Pro laptop. This thing, it's edited everything that I've thrown at it. I haven't had any hiccups. It's not spec'd out. This was, I think, the step up above the base model. I would love to have the spec'd out version of it. But I couldn't afford it at the time, so I got what I could afford, and I've been more than happy with it. Like I said, it's done everything that I've needed it to do. There's no hiccups with it. I'm sure it probably does something slower than other things. But that's my main computer. My other device that I use is my M5 11-inch iPad Pro. This I just got, and I got to say, like I said earlier, I use DaVinci Resolve, and I have DaVinci Resolve on this, and it's absolutely amazing. It's a little slower on some tasks versus my computer, but that's kind of to be expected. Absolutely no issues color grading with it, even with that Cineprint 35 or Cineprint 16 that I use. No problems. It flies through this just fine. Now, when you add denoise or some heavy grain and stuff like that and motion blur, yeah, it's going to slow this down, but it slows down my MacBook too. So, but there's a feature in DaVinci Resolve where you can turn off all of those effects and breeze through your timeline. Turn it back on, export, and you're done. So it just kind of depends on how I feel like editing. If I want more of a touch-based interface, then I'll use my iPad. If I want to sit down at my desk and use my bigger monitor, I'll use my MacBook. Now, I did forget to mention audio. Audio is a big part. I think by far it's probably one of the most important things that you should focus on as a beginner. And that's good audio. Like on my camera, my Sony camera, I have that Sony ECM-1M mic. It's a great camera. It's directional. You can record your voice from behind from a setting, and I just have it set up on auto. I just have it set up on auto. But like for my DJI cameras, my 3 DJI cameras, I use the DJI Mic 3s. These little things are amazing. They connect instantly as soon as you turn the camera on and the mic is on. I do use these with my Sony camera too. Then I got a wireless adapter that plugs into the hot shoe. I don't even have to run any cables, and that makes it great. But these microphones are so small and so light, and they record 32-bit float. I'm not an audio guy, so I'm not going to go into the specs of all that, but they're amazing microphones. If you can get you a set, and you don't even have to get you a full set, you can buy one microphone and comes with a little charging dock. You can connect it to your phone, or if you have a DJI camera, I think the Action 4, 5, and the 6 will use it. The Nano uses them, can connect to it, and the Pocket 3. I don't know. I don't think the older generations of the Action cameras will work with it. But yeah, these are fantastic, fantastic microphones. And the case, the charging case is amazing. I have nothing bad to say about this setup. But like I was saying earlier, you don't need any of this. Just start with your phone. So we're going to end this here. Come back tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 4.